Let's learn about a new tool called Synflow AI that integrates with Zapier automations that will allow us to automatically handle SMS text and phone calls for our business. Yes, you heard me right. We're going to be able to create human-like voices that are indistinguishable for our business and integrate it with a no-code solution like Zapier in today's video, therefore allowing us to start automating lead nurturing in the context of phone calls. Welcome back, y'all. In today's video, we're going to do two automations using this software. First one's going to be a potential lead fills out a form. We're going to call them using AI. Then we're going to take that transcript, we're going to analyze it, and then update our CRM. The second one's going to be analyzing a transcript found from an inbound lead and then updating our CRM. Both of these are going to be very powerful in the context of streamlining either customer service or lead management. Now, to be clear, this video is sponsored by Synflow AI, but if you're looking for an actual tool that will actually help you when it comes to SMS and voice automation with artificial intelligence, this is the tool for you. So let's jump into today's video. So if we scroll down here, here is all the available actions and triggers up to this point. We're able to, one, trigger the AI assistant after a complete phone call. We're going to see that in today's video. We're able to make phone calls with this, which is pretty cool. You can actually see that live. We're going to be able to generate responses, and we're going to be able to get phone calls. So we're going to show everything we can do when it comes to triggers and actions. And I assume long-term with this platform, they're going to add more and more features. So let's go ahead and first integrate it into our Zapier platform. To do so, hit get started. Once you've clicked that button, go ahead and either log in with an email or sign up with Google. I like signing up with Google, so I'm going to go ahead and continue with Google. Once you reach your dashboard, it's going to look something like this. We're going to go ahead and create our assistant together. We're going to prompt it together. We're going to get context together. Let's go ahead and first just integrate it with Zapier's platform. To do so, we're going to click this little button called integrations. Kind of obvious. Then we're going to go ahead and just create a new key. With this key, we're going to simply press copy. Once we have copied that key, we're going to come over to Zapier. We're going to come over to apps. We're going to click apps. Now that we're in apps, we're going to simply put in Synthflow. I hope I'm saying that right. Like a desynthesizer. All right, so we're going to go ahead and hit connect here. It'll do a little bit of a pop-up, and we're going to paste our key. I'm going to delete this key, but simply paste it like this and then say yes, continue with Synthflow AI. And congratulations, we have fully integrated the platform to Zapier. Once we have integrated with Zapier, we're going to come over here and click Assistance on the tab over here. And we have a bunch of different options. So we can do voice and text. In this video, we're going to be going over the voice feature, and we're going to do outbound. Once I've clicked outbound, we can upload a photo for our assistant to make it more clear of what's going on here. We can give a name to our assistant. We can also select voices. So you can go ahead and choose the voice. If I move over here, which sounds the best. So let's go ahead and just listen to a couple of these. So Rachel.
Change in all things is sweet.
Okay. Let's try Alice.
When we seek to discover the best in others, we somehow bring out the best in ourselves.
And we can kind of just go through here. I mean, we can try Adam.
Allow the world to live as it chooses, and allow yourself to live as you choose.
Okay, perfect. Let's go ahead and go back to what we had originally. So we'll stick with Rachel. Hear it one more time.
Change in all things is sweet.
And then we go ahead and basically we can update a lot of this other preferences here. So I would suggest you stay with GPT-4 as your model, Synthesizer, Turbo, language, USA, or depending on your context, you can choose a bunch of other languages, which is pretty cool. We can have custom greetings. So for right now, I'll keep it as hey there. And then notice how we have a patience level and an enable recording. So I'm going to go ahead and toggle enable recordings here. So we have that. And then also, this is going to be pretty important for you to kind of debug, which is going to be your patience level. For now, I'm going to keep it as default, but this is the parameter that you use to make sure there's no crosstalk or overlapping when people are speaking to each other over the phone. Once we've done all that, we're going to hit next. So when coming to actually creating the assistant, we have a couple of different options. Either we can set up actions that will happen during the call or after the call, or alternatively, we have the ability to also write our prompts. So we're going to go ahead and just lean into this prompt they've already created for us, explain why they did what they did in the prompt. I want to also point out, though, that every single one of these is just a simple click. You can ask specific questions, add identifiers, what the question they're looking for, and output examples. So I'm going to go ahead and expand this prompt. As you can see, this is a pretty lengthy prompt here. So we got background info, objective handling, rules, script, and so on. What I would suggest you to do is use this as a overarching template and kind of just like fill in what's relevant to you. So for this example, we're going to go ahead and rename it to Rachel. And you are a senior sales representative at Cloud Innovative, a leading provider of a cloud-based project management solution. Give context of what this assistant is, what their job is, Furthermore, we'll provide product information of what we're selling. Cloud Innovative offers a comprehensive set of tools, including task management, time tracking, resource allocation, and advanced analytics. We'll give context also on the target audience, the value we provide, as this will be relevant in the phone call, and if we are asked about specific things. So if we're asked about a location, we'll mention that it's headquartered in New York City, but are currently working remotely from Austin, Texas. So now we move on to the second section here, objective handling. We will understand whether the user is familiar with these kind of tools or not, already using project management tool, or new to project management software. We'll also tell the assistant what to do in skeptical prospects, such as share case studies, client testimonials, and more. And if they request specific examples, certainly one of our clients in our manufacturing industry was struggling for project visibility and team collaboration. So notice how the information that should be said within the call needs to be referenced within the prompt as well. This is so that it doesn't just, randomly bring up things that aren't relevant during the conversation. Following this, we have the rules section for our assistant. So in this context, we don't want it to start with hello. We want to direct the prospects, use the prospect's name at the start and the end of the call, maximum of 3 mentions. Notice how we're setting parameters within the prompt. Ensure natural engagement, so it just doesn't randomly talk about something else in the script. Maintain a professional tone throughout the call, and never interrupt the customer when they're speaking. Allow them to fully express. This is a really good starting point here. This is your ability to basically plug and play your specific information for your specific business here. I'm going to go ahead and update this name here. Give an example script as well is pretty powerful, as this gives an example of good data for the AI model to understand. So when it has these conversations, it can reference a good version of the script comparative to a bad version of having a conversation. When I say save and close, I'm going to go ahead and hit next. Now here is all the different plan options. There is a no commitment for 7-day free trial here. So we're going to go ahead and choose one. Now that we've created our assistant, there is one last step here. We need to connect a Twilio account. This is going to give the ability for SMS text and the ability for phone calls. So we're going to go ahead and connect our Twilio. It's going to require your account SID and auth token. To find this, you're going to simply go to your Twilio dashboard and you're going to copy your account SID here and your auth token. Next, we'll get our trial phone number. Once we have our trial phone number, we'll simply click it. We'll also say a max daily budget so we don't overextend. We're going to simply put $10 and hit finish. Once we successfully created an assistant, you'll see a green little marker there. We can go ahead and hit open. And we have a bunch of different actions here. We have the ID. We have everything we need to start using it in Zapier. So let's jump over to Zapier. In Zapier, let's go ahead and create a new Zap. Create new Zap. So the first automation I'm going to show you is receiving a lead through a lead form. Then we're going to call them. We're going to analyze that transcript. And then based off the information we received from that transcript, we're going to update our CRM. Let's find out how to do that. So to make life simple, we're going to create this entire ecosystem within Zapier. So first, let's go ahead and go over to interfaces. Okay, in Zapier interfaces, we're going to go ahead and say create. We're going to do a simple landing page here that's just going to be in our example form. Click form. We'll go ahead and just do free offer for now. For example, if you're in your business and you have a landing page, like it's a free PDF, this would be a great way to get higher conversions. I'm going to come up here to free offer. Now in our form here, we can do a couple of different things, but for our specific context, we only need to do 3 main things, which will be the full name, email, phone, and then we'll go ahead and give additional notes. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this, remove this field. Company size, we'll keep company size, we'll keep additional notes. And then for now, we don't need a CAPTCHA. That should be good. Okay, perfect. In the context of Zapier, we just need to simply connect it to their tables. So we're going to go ahead and view the table that's already been created for us. And here we go. So we have our table. This is going to act as our CRM in today's video. And we have our landing page that the user will fill out. Let's go ahead and fill this out and run this automation. So the purposes of test data, you can simply come up here to the link, click it open. And let's go ahead and put some information. So we'll put corbin, put our email. Let's do company size 1 to 10, additional notes, put nothing for phone number. I'm going to put my personal phone number here. So I don't want to leak my phone number, but I'll put my phone number here. Once I place my phone number in there, I'm simply going to hit submit. So when the user fills it out and hit submit, we get their name, their email, their phone number, standard stuff you find within a landing page. Let's go ahead and create that automation now. We'll call this lead via form. There we go. And our trigger will be basically the submission, right? The new record and table. So I'm going to hit trigger here. And for us, it's going to be table. So this can be used with any CRM, though. This can be used with HubSpot, anything above the board. I'm going to keep it within Zapier's ecosystem, though. So we're going to hit Zapier tables. We're going to choose an event of new record. Hit continue. Table ID. The table ID is going to be free offer. That's what we called it over here, as you see. And let's go ahead and test it. So we should get the relevant data here. There we go. Corbin, email, phone number, and all the company size, everything that we need here. Let's do the second step. So in this context, the second step is going to be calling the user using Synthflow. So the user fills out the form. Then we're going to go ahead and follow up a phone call. One thing I would like to do in this context though, so the user fills out the form and isn't instantly called, is let's add a delay block here. So we'll add a little bit of a delay. So, let's do delay for like 5 minutes, right? So delay for 5 minutes so the user isn't just instantly called. Now, if you want them to be instantly called when a new record shows up in your CRM, proceed. But this may be useful to give a little bit of delay between the initial form submission and the actual call itself. So I'm going to go over to Synflow AI. We're going to do an event of make phone call. We can also do text, of course. We have our account attached. We're going to go to our actions. First thing we need is the model ID, which we can find back in our dashboard. Coming over here, this is going to be the ID right here. Copy model ID. Paste it. Next is going to be the phone number you want the agent to call. So in this context, this is where we would add the phone number found in the record, right? Right here, we'd click this. Good to go. The name of the individual we're calling is going to be part of that submission as well. So it'd be the full name here. Perfect. And then if there's any custom variables, this would be in the context that we added custom variables here, which we didn't, but that is where you add it here. Furthermore, we can actually send the transcript data itself to a webhook if we choose to do so. Once you have all that relevant information in, let's go ahead and give it a phone call. I'm going to go ahead and put my personal there. For reference, you will simply put the phone number there and then you'll hit test step. All right, we got the phone call.
Hey there.
Hey.
Hi, I'm Rachel from Cloud Innovate. I saw that you've been exploring options to enhance your project management processes. Have you considered
Yeah, no, I have. I was wondering, like, what services do you guys offer?
Absolutely, I understand. With Cloud Innovate, we provide a full suite of tools designed to improve team collaboration, project tracking, and overall efficiency. We've helped numerous teams in various industries to achieve better results. Would you be interested in a quick demo to see how it could work for your team?
Yeah, could you send that over by email?
That sounds great. It would be beneficial for you to have a detailed chat with our product specialists. They can provide a tailored walkthrough and answer any specific questions you might have. Can you confirm your email address for me, and I will send you a link to our calendar?
Yeah, perfect. It's webbarista@webcafecommerce.com.
That's barista@webcafecommerce.com, correct?
Correct.
Great, I will send that over now. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I can't wait to hear about the success you have with our service.
Perfect.
Bye now.
Thank you. That's cool. All right, yeah. So there you go. So that was a live showing. So basically, a user would fill it out. They would get a call 5 minutes later, like that, and then they would basically, obviously, as you could tell from the call, it's looking for further lead proctoring, right? So it'll ask for my email to send me more information. Let's go ahead and proceed in this automation. To do so, we're gonna go ahead and retrieve that transcript. So I'm gonna hit add step here, and we're gonna do Synthflow again. We're going to do an event of get phone call. Continue. Continue. The caller ID is going to be found in step 3. Response call ID. And then we're going to hit continue again and test this step. Once we test that step, we get the entire transcript here. As you see, we got all the relevant information found in this transcript, and we can start parsing it. So in this context, I'm actually going to add a column in our table. This column we're going to add is going to be for the specific use case of identifying whether a user is interested for further information or not. So for us, we're going to say interested, and then we'll do a checkbox and center. That's fine. We're going to hit create. So when this is check marked, that means that after said phone call, we have identified that they are interested. When it's uncheck marked, that means they are not interested. We're going to go ahead and proceed with this automation still. First thing we need to do is actually be able to identify whether they're interested or not. So we're going to do a ChatGPT block. With this ChatGPT block, we're going to do an event of conversation. We're going to continue. Once we've chosen our ChatGPT account, we're going to go to actions. And we're going to go ahead and add this relevant information. So we're going to say we received a phone transcript for our business. We're going to do transcript. We're going to do parentheses. Then we're going to provide that transcript data, which is going to be in step 4, the one labeled transcript. Once we have the data there, we're going to simply do this. We're going to say generate a quotation marks yes if they are interested, and a quotation marks no if they are not. So what we're doing in this context is we're just doing sentiment analysis based off the conversation that just occurred over that phone call. We'll be able to pick up based off what's said back and forth, whether the potential lead is interested or not. We're going to update this model to GPT-4, Turbo Preview. We'll put a memory key here to ensure consistent outputs on how we want to output. We're going to go ahead and just put in phone. This will be your random 32 character strings. We're going to hit continue here. And we're either going to get a yes or a no. If not, we're going to reproctor the prompt a little bit more. There we go. So we got just our simple yes. Now, it's very important that we get just yes or no. So make sure you do the prompting correctly so we either get basically a Boolean here of true or false, because we're going to use it in our next step here. We're going to simply add a step. Our step's going to be paths. And the logic we're setting up here is we're going to treat the lead differently depending on after the conversation, it was a strong yes or a strong no. In the context of a strong no, you may have alternative ways to nurture that lead through an email chain and everything of that nature. So you can proceed in that manner. For this specific context, we're just going to deal with yes. So we got yes here. We're going to say this to no. And basically the path rule is this. It's very simple. Only continue if conversation with ChatGPT reply is yes. We're going to say exactly matches yes. Therefore, if based off that phone call, it is a strong yes, we'll proceed in this manner. Now, if it's a no, we do the same exact thing. Reply exactly matches no. Now, as you'll see, if it's yes, the reply is yes, it won't proceed. So there we go. We've set up some pretty simple logic here to choose which path. Now we're going down the yes path. We're going to go ahead and update that tables. We're going to hit tables. We're going to do an event of update record. Hit continue. Table ID. For the record ID, we actually want to add a search step here. So we're going to say add search step to make sure we're finding and updating the correct record. So we do a table ID again. And filter count will do 1. Lookup field will do name. And for the name, we're looking for exactly the new record. So the record that was just referenced, we'll go with the full name here. So this will bring up the exact record that just called. We're going to test this step. There we go. We found the exact record. Therefore, when we update the record, we'll make sure we're doing the correct record ID. So going back over here, we do record ID. Okay, so we're basically identifying this is the correct one, and we found it by doing the full name here. Then we'll go ahead and update the record here for interested. And because we got yes, we can put interested to true. Now, obviously, as you saw here, we could add additional notes here. So maybe in that underlying phone transcript, we actually want to add a summarization of the call or the transcript itself right here. Whatever it may be, we could add that in additional notes if we choose to do so. For now, we'll just say interested is true. Continue, test this step. Individual fills out lead form. 5 minutes later, individual receives call. A little bit later, we've received sentiment analysis based off that transcript, whether it's a yes or a no. If it's a clear yes, we'll come back to our table here. And as you'll see, we'll get a check mark of interested. Now, Synthflow has another feature, which actually gives us the ability to set it up as a trigger. So I'm going to go ahead and rename this to trigger inbound. And we'll do a trigger of Synthflow. So we're going to simply click Synthflow or trigger here, Synthflow. With this, you'll see that is the only event. So phone call completed. We continue here. So in this context, basically after every phone call that happens with an assistant operator you've set up, we can trigger it with Zapier through a no-code way. Make continue. Continue. Make sure we choose the specific model. So we'll go ahead and grab our model ID like we did before. Simply paste it here. Continue. Now what this is going to do is going to find all the calls associated with this specific assistant. I went ahead and deleted my number for obvious reasons, but the number will show up here as well with the relevant transcript. So we're going to say continue with selected record. Now let's say in this context, what we want to do is actually just summarize it like I said earlier. We're going to add a ChatGPT block here. ChatGPT block. And we'll do a conversation again. We're going to continue here, and we're going to simply do this. We'll say based on this transcript for our business, give me a summary of the phone call. We're going to do transcript. This is how we identify variable points. Semicolon, parentheses, transcript right here. Boom. We're going to set up a format block here. We're going to say format, max output, 4 sentences. So it doesn't go crazy on us. We just want 4 sentences of just a general idea of what's occurring here. We're going to update our model. Once we've done that, we can add a memory key. And just to prove it to you, random string of 32 characters. Purpose of that is for consistent outputs at scale. Continue here. Test this step. Here we go. So based off that transcript, we got the following summary. Rachel from Cloud Innovate contacted the person to discuss the enhancing their project management processes. She offered a full suite of tools to improving the team collaboration, project tracking, and overall efficiency, suggesting a quick demo for a model or more detailed understanding. The person expressed interest in the demo and agreed to a detailed chat with the product specialist, providing an email address for further communication. Rachel confirmed the email address and promised to send a link to their calendar, closing the conversation on a positive note. Pretty solid. So you don't have to basically read the transcript now. You can just kind of get a quick summary from these different assistants we set up. Using this information, we can go ahead and update our record. Zapier tables, event, update record. We're going to hit continue here. Actually, we need to find the record again, so we'll make sure we add our search step. First, we'll do free offer. We'll add the search step here. What's great is that with this trigger, we're actually going to be able to find the record pretty easily again. So we're going to do the same thing, free offer. Filter count 1, lookup field, we'll just do simply the name. And then the lookup name is going to be, if I can click out of that, it's going to be the trigger. So as you see here, we got name. Hit continue and test the step, and it's going to find that very specific record. Found the record. I'm going to go ahead and update the record here. Go to Actions, Record ID, Previous Step, Record ID. Then we are going to update the additional notes. So with this, we'll go ahead and get our output here. Reply from Rachel. So that was our second step here from our ChatGPT block. Continue, test this step. So if we come back to our CRM here, boom, additional notes. For that specific call, a automated summary of that transcript. Therefore, in today's video, you've learned 2 major ways you can start automating the process when it comes to voice-to-voice lead management. I'm going to see about sharing those automations in the description out below if I can. I don't know if Zapier has any type of limitations when it comes to that. But let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure to leave a like. It's completely free. I'm going to leave a playlist here at the end showing you how to start leveraging Zapier AI, basically going over everything. It's like 80 plus videos in it. I'll see you in the next video. That's the playlist I was referring to when it comes to Zapier and artificial intelligence, so you can learn more about the processes that's described in today's video. That's a random video. You may or may not like it. That's my face. I'll see you in the next video.